Finally, after a gap of 4 long years, the Pixel flagships have returned to India, and without a shadow of a doubt, this phone right here, this is the Pixel 7 Pro, and this is by far the smoothest Android flagship phone, or you can say this is the smoothest Android flagship phone to be ever made, period. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, I'm here for Fiiber and welcome to my review of the Pixel 7 Pro in this glossy yet beautiful snow color, aka the white color. Thankfully Google did not send us the obsidian or the haze color, aka the black and the grey. But yeah, before we get rolling with the rest of the video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. Starting with the design, the Pixel 7 Pro is a big smartphone. It's a millimeter taller and wider than the Pixel 6 Pro and shares exactly the same thickness as the older model. Also, at first glance, you might think that not much has changed on the Pixel 7 Pro in terms of design. However, turn around and the black camera visor of the Pixel 6 Pro is gone and we now have an aluminum casing around the camera module that is ever so slightly raised to protect the lenses, and this casing also seamlessly blends with the phone's shiny metal frame. I think the phone looks gorgeous. I mean, over the Pixel 6 Pro, I think the Pixel 7 Pro feels complete, and I also love the shiny aluminum rail around the phone. I think this adds a character to this phone. Plus, you know, this camera metal housing, this metal camera housing, I think it also, gives it a more polish over the Pixel 6 Pro's design. And as I was talking about the design of the Pixel 6 Pro, I think this new camera housing is also one of the unique implementations in terms of phone designs. Practically seeing, the phone also doesn't rock on the table when you place it and use it, as I said, on a flat surface. However, it is undeniably a very slippery phone. I mean, when I'm, sitting on a couch and I'm typing, doing my work, and I keep this phone on my side, it slips. It slips like anything. On my car seat, it is again slipping left, right, and center. I mean, even when I'm using this phone while lying down on my bed, I have this habit of keeping my phone on my chest. And I also keep my iPhone 13 Pro on my chest, but iPhone 13 Pro doesn't slip as much as this smartphone. This is undeniably very slippery. And also, boy oh boy, if you're using this phone at night, by the way, lying down, this becomes so unwieldy. So that is something, that I have learned to live with. Apart from this, the volume buttons are also something that I had to get used to, as they are found below the power button now, something that you don't see on other smartphones. And I also found both the volume and power buttons to be a little stiff for my liking. Now coming to the front, well, you get this beautiful 6.7 inches Quad HD Plus display, which is a 120Hz LTPO panel featuring all the bells and whistles that you would expect out of a flagship grade display. By the way, you also get an under-display optical fingerprint sensor for authentication, which, unlike how Pixel 6 users have complained to be very buggy, was very fast and accurate in unlocking the Pixel 7 Pro. But coming back to the display, aesthetically speaking, I do prefer a flat panel over a curved one. Nonetheless, this is a gorgeous OLED panel that produces vibrant colors, punchy contrast, super brightness, and wide viewing angles. Multimedia consumption is also a treat on the Pixel 7 Pro, especially when you watch HDR content. The dark scenes specifically stand out. Also, the stereo speakers on the smartphone, which by the way don't feature any fancy certification like a Dolby Atmos or a Hi-Fi certification. So as I was saying, the stereo speakers, they sound amazing. They sound loud, they sound crisp. They are, they have a lot of depth also to the audio. Of course, I will point out a minor nitpick that, as I said about the depth, at lower volumes, I think so the audio could have more depth. That's a minor nitpick. But overall, if I'm looking at the audio quality of the stereo speakers on the Pixel 7 Pro, loud and amazing and easily at the top 3 for me, in my opinion. Going to the hardware, the Pixel 7 Pro is powered by the Tensor G2 chip coupled with 12GB RAM and 128GB storage, and this phone for its lone variant is priced at 84,999 rupees. Now this Tensor G2 chip inside this phone, it is not as powerful as the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset, so you can say when you pair it against the competition, it is more on par with the Snapdragon 888 from last year. But when you pair this chipset with the software on board and the software's AI capabilities and the machine learning prowess, that takes a front seat to deliver a fast and fluid Android experience that is unmatched by any phone on the market. And I'm talking about the S22s of the world, the OnePlus 10s of the world. The Android experience that you get, the fast and fluid Android experience that you get on the Pixel 7 Pro is unmatched. So as for the performance, well, day-to-day tasks are handled very well, and there were almost zero instances where I felt that the phone struggled or showed any signs of slowdown. And you can push this phone to its limit, open several apps, multitask and do all sorts of things. And the Google Pixel 7 Pro does not break a sweat. And the good thing is that it doesn't overheat, something that the Pixel 6 series and its Tensor chip did have an issue with, even while running general tasks on a phone such as browsing, texting, etc. And speaking of heating, well, I'm not saying heating is not there, it is still here. I mean, when you're using the camera, the phone heats, even while charging, the phone heats, and I will talk about that in a bit. But even while gaming, the phone barely gets warm, and it's able to hold its own with a sustained high performance while playing these graphics intensive games. However, I did have issues with two of the games that I play the most, Asphalt 9 and Call of Duty Mobile. While I did not find any setting to enable 60 FPS on Asphalt 9 Legends, Call of Duty Mobile, on the other hand, was even weird as the game ran in a letterboxed format with thick black borders around the display. Mind you, there was no performance issues as the game delivered a consistent 60 FPS performance, but the letterboxing was something that I could not fix. So this is something that the developers need to fix, but otherwise Apex Legends was another game that ran smoothly and consistently without any frame drops. Otherwise, as I earlier mentioned, even with prolonged usage, when you do a long session of gaming on the smartphone, the Pixel 7 Pro barely gets warm, and I think that is okay. Apart from this, the software is another area where I need to applaud Google, as Android 13 in its full glory on the Pixel 7 Pro runs smooth as butter. But more than the smooth nature of the software, it is the little things that matter the most. Features like Magic Eraser in Google Photos, or the now playing for identifying songs playing nearby, or the on-device live captions. These features work crazy good on the Pixel 7 Pro, and live captions specifically can detect your speech and automatically generate captions, and you can use it for calls or even while doing a voice recording. By the way, if you're a journalist, then you will love how easy live captions makes it to transcript a recorded voice. As of right now, only 6 languages, including English, are supported by live captions, so I'm definitely looking forward to Hindi support in the future. However, not all things are nice and dandy, and I did come across a couple of bugs with the software on the Pixel 7 Pro. So on 2 separate occasions, and both the times I was editing a photo, and at that time the phone froze. And both the times I had to restart my phone to go, to again, get into the process of using the device. So 2 times this phone froze on me, and it was this one time where, I don't know, out of the blue, this notification center, the notification panel, it got messed up. The UI elements got totally messed up. So the 2 bugs, the 2 times when the phone froze, and this one time that this notification drawer thingy that got messed up, these were the bugs that I came across. But summing up my overall software experience, I think so, leaving aside the couple of occasions that I felt, that the software went crazy on me, I think the software experience overall has been great on the Pixel 7 Pro. Moving on, the Pixel 7 Pro features a large 5000 mAh battery that supports up to 30 watt PD fast charging, and in terms of battery life, the phone does not disappoint. For instance, you can keep on pushing the phone with general tasks like calling, texting, browsing the web and all that, and the phone delivers a superb endurance. Unless you're not extensively using the camera, you should be good, because using the camera was when I noticed that the phone heats, and that is when the battery also starts dropping fast. And once again, speaking about heating, as I mentioned earlier, that this phone does support up to 30 watt fast charging via power delivery, but the charging speeds in itself, despite being 30 watts, are painfully slow. I mean, I'm using my 30 watt MacBook charger to top up this Pixel 7 Pro on a regular basis, and if I give you the numbers, it takes about 2 hours to go from 0 to 100%, which is very slow. So endurance is great on this phone, amazing battery life, but the charging speeds could be improved. Apart from this, in terms of connectivity, there's Bluetooth 5.2, Wi-Fi 6E and 5G, something that I couldn't test as the Pixel 7 Pro hasn't received the software support yet. But otherwise, connectivity on the Airtel 4G network has been rock solid thanks to the 4G carrier aggregation, and I had zero issues regarding network reception or call drops. Finally, let's talk about the camera, something that Pixels are known for. So you get a triple camera at the rear, a 50 megapixel f1.9 aperture main camera. This is paired with a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, which is now wider than the one on the Pixel 6 Pro, offering a 114-degree field of view, and a 120mm 48 megapixel OIS enabled telephoto lens, which now lets you use 5x optical zoom. For selfies, you get a 10.8 megapixel snapper at the front, situated in a center aligned hole punch. So in typical Google Pixel fashion, the Pixel 7 Pro takes some crisp and contrasty shots with its primary camera in a variety of lighting conditions. I also love that the camera produces colors that look natural and closer to the source, rather than the saturated tones that you are most likely to find in a photo taken from, say, a Samsung or a Vivo smartphone. HDR performance was also on point, and I think in comparison to its competition, specifically the iPhone 14 models, the Pixel 7 Pro handles HDR photos better with superb dynamic range. The phone also does a fine job of capturing human skin tones, and I absolutely enjoyed clicking photos of people around me because the camera just does an amazing job. As for the photos taken from the ultra wide angle camera, well, this is where the results are possible. I mean, the photos are okay to view on the phone's screen. However, don't expect much when it comes to preserving details in the photo. Otherwise, the telephoto camera with its zooming capabilities does a good job. The end result looks detailed, and people who love taking zoom shots will love this addition. Now, night mode, or night sight as Google calls it, is another godsend feature, which in my opinion makes the Pixel 7 Pro the best phone to capture night photos. The results are on your screens and they speak for themselves, and simply put, if I have to solely rely on a phone's camera for night photography, I am going to blindly choose the Pixel 7 Pro over any other phone out there. That said, the selfie camera on the Pixel 7 Pro delivered underwhelming results as the photos lacked detail, whether taken in daylight or low light, and overall I missed the contrasty touch in the selfies, something that is evident in the photos taken from the rear cameras. So this right here, what you're seeing is the 4K 60 FPS video shot on the Pixel 7 Pro, and you can judge by yourself the video quality and the stabilization and how does my audio sound. So let me know all about that in the comments. But as far as the quality goes, I think I will still prefer an iPhone over the Pixel. But with that said, I would say that Pixel have really improved their game, and if not the first, I think this can be the second best video recording camera in my opinion, after the iPhone, because I still think that the iPhone 13, not even the iPhone 14, even the iPhone 13 Pro that I currently have, I think nothing beats the iPhone in terms of video quality. But Google has really upped their game this time around, and I think the video quality is really good on the Pixel 7 Pro. This is the 4K 60 FPS. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the overall quality? So you just saw the 4K 60 FPS video. Now this is a cinematic video and this is being shot in 1080p 30 FPS. So as you know, Google is doing this for the first time, cinematic video, the video blur that you're seeing around me. Google is doing this for the first time. iPhone this year around, they have taken the game to the new level. They are doing, from an iPhone you can shoot this portrait video in 4K 30 FPS, but Google is only making it possible in 1080p 30 FPS. But this is the kind of quality that you can expect. I think Google is again doing a very fine job. The Pixel 7 Pro does a very fine job. What do you think about the cutout around me? What do you think about the blur? How does my audio sound? Let me know everything in the comments. And now it is time for the selfie video. So this right here is the selfie video, and again one more plus this year around is that you can shoot 4K videos from both the front and the rear camera of the Pixel 7 Pro. So 4K 60 FPS videos on your screens right now. This is a selfie video, and once again, very fine job. See the kind of HDR performance that you get. I am standing right in front of the sun. This is the kind of quality that you can expect. But otherwise, what do you think about the stabilization? This is the kind of stabilization you get when you shoot a selfie video. The field of view could have been wider, I feel, but I think so this will do the job. And selfie video, just by the way, selfie video is I will choose the selfie video of the Pixel 7 Pro over the iPhone. Like for the rear camera videos, I think the iPhone is still the best. But in terms of quality, in terms of detail, in terms of dynamic range, I think so the Pixel 7 Pro does a better job while shooting selfie videos. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. With all said and done, the Google Pixel 7 Pro, in my opinion, is a solid all-rounder, and I think if backed properly by the company, this phone can become a serious problem for the likes of Samsung and Apple. I mean, everything that you need in a flagship smartphone: a great display, stellar battery life, reliable camera, cool design. The Google Pixel 7 Pro checks with ease, and this phone is also a solid example that goes on to show that you don't need the best chipset on the market to provide the best performance, and also how software tuning can make a ton of difference in day-to-day use. Factor in the 84,999 rupees price tag, and the Pixel 7 Pro is easily providing you with much better value, both in terms of price and performance over its competition, such as the iPhone 14 Pro or even the regular iPhone 14, and of course the Galaxy S22 Plus and the Galaxy S22 Ultra. That said, I still feel that the thermal management on this phone while using the camera or while charging the smartphone when it heats up in these two occasions that I just mentioned, I think so that can still be improved. So hoping that with the Google Pixel 8 series, maybe we can see these improvements, because generally while performing general tasks like how Pixel 6 Pro used to struggle, the Pixel 7 Pro barely gets warm in general day-to-day tasks or even while gaming. But camera, and while using the camera or while charging, the thermal management definitely could have been better. But overall, I think so the Google Pixel 7 Pro is a brilliant smartphone and gets an easy recommendation for anyone who's looking to buy a top-of-the-line Android smartphone, or anyone who's looking to buy a top-of-the-line flagship smartphone irrespective of an Android or iOS platform. The Google Pixel 7 Pro is a solid phone, and Fiiber rates 8.5 on 10 to the Google Pixel 7 Pro. And with that, we have reached the end of this video. So what do you think about the Google Pixel 7 Pro? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.